Did you guys know Easter is coming up this weekend? I totally forgot about it because normally I'd be so busy right now, but I'm not. So a little advice for you. This is a giant egg. And this is a mini egg, or a whole bunch of them. And today I had a genius idea. We're making mini egg Nanaimo bars. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I've never made it before. I just came up with it in my head, but I already know it'll be delicious. So let's get started. The first thing we gotta do is our base. So I'm just doing a regular Nanaimo bar base. We've got one cup of graham cracker crumbs. I just buy the pre-crushed ones, but you can definitely crush up your own. Got 3/4 of a cup of coconut. I have sweetened coconut, but you can use any kind. 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. I have 1/2 cup of toasted almonds that I just crushed up. Normally Nanaimo bars use walnuts, but my feelings on walnuts is that they are an inferior pecan, and I don't have any pecans, so almonds it is. If you don't want any nuts, just replace this with more graham cracker crumbs. So that's going in. Got 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 1/3 of a cup of melted butter, but I'm just gonna stir this together first before I pour that in. So just lightly toss this, crush up any big cocoa chunks in there. All right, dump in your melted butter. You can melt this however you want. I use a microwave. All right, and then we're just gonna toss this together and press it into the bottom of an 8-inch square cake pan that I lined with a parchment, but that'll take me a few minutes. I just realized I also forgot this egg because it rolled away on me, but you need to add 1 egg to this as well. So I'm just pressing this into the pan till it is firm and compressed, and then I have my oven preheated at 350. I'm just gonna bake them for 10-15 minutes just to make sure that eggs cooked, everything's solid. Some people just put it in the fridge, but I'd rather be safe with raw eggs. So our Nanaimo bar base has baked and cooled. It baked for 15 minutes just till it didn't look liquidy on top or anything. Looks like this. And now we gotta work on our first topping, the icing layer. So in the bowl of my mixer, I have 2 tablespoons of milk. Normally you add a custard powder to this, but I'm adding hot chocolate powder because that's gonna echo our flavor of our mini eggs. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of that. If you don't have this, I would probably add 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. But this has milk powder added into it, so it's gonna just enhance the creaminess. And I'm just gonna lightly stir that in so it kind of gets all moisturized. Perfect. Then I have 1/2 cup of softened butter. Pop that in. 2 cups of icing sugar. Not sour cream. And 1/4 cup of ground up mini eggs. I like to grind it in a food processor. Caution, it makes like the loudest noise when you first turn it on, but you can get this really fine powder, which is super good in icing. But you can also chop them up by hand. They might just be a little bit chunkier. So I'm gonna mix this in my mixer with a paddle till it's light and fluffy. Start it low, then turn it up to a medium-high speed until light and fluffy. Until light and fluffy, I just keep saying that. It'll probably take about 5 minutes. Ooh, look how light and fluffy it is. So I'm just gonna take all of this icing we made, spread it on top of our base we've got here, and then I'm gonna just smooth it out as smooth as I can get it, because we're gonna layer melted chocolate on top next. So we want it to be pretty smooth so we don't see any of our icing peeking through. Perfect. So this is gonna go in the fridge to chill and firm up half an hour at least. All right, our filling's chilled so I can touch it. It's hard. Perfect. So now we gotta put our topping on. I've got 3/4 a cup of dark chocolate. I've got 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just gonna melt that down in the microwave. It's all melted now, so I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of those crushed up mini eggs. Stir that in, and then I'm gonna pour it right onto our icing layer we've got here and smooth it out as quickly as I can, as well as smooth as I can. Oh, looks so good. Then I've also chopped up some mini eggs, just roughly chopped them here, and I'm gonna sprinkle them on like they're sprinkles, but the best sprinkles. Oh, you can see all the little chunks of mini egg in here. So good. Okay, that looks pretty even. So then I'm gonna take these larger chopped up mini eggs and sprinkle them on, and then these babies just need to sit in the fridge, ideally like 4 hours. But again, as long as you can resist them. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge once I got these on. But otherwise, these babies are all done. Super delicious, super fun looking. So you can make it today and you'll be all prepared for Easter. Well, I will cut these up later and put on my stories, but otherwise these are all finished up. So you guys have an awesome day.